Detroit is adding a skyscraper on the boundary. Mike Williams in Honolulu Blue. Drop a like, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications because this one changes how the Lions win on third down and in the red zone. This isn't a maybe he helps on a few snaps move. This is a true outside X who tilts coverages, gives Jared Goff a trust throw when the pocket's muddy, and forces defensive coordinators to pick their poison against a group that already features Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jameson Williams, Sam Laporta, David Montgomery, and Jahmyr Gibbs. Translation for game day: fewer stalled drives when the field shrinks, more first downs on contested balls, and a red zone package that feels inevitable instead of hopeful. Let's talk fit in plain English. Ben Johnson wants leverage, spacing, and answers built into every call. Mike Williams gives you instant answers. Press man on the outside, back shoulder, or slant. Safety sitting low to rob crossers. Take the go ball or the fade. Corner playing off and bailing. Hitch, come back, dig, move the chains, and reset. The beauty here is the simplicity. Goff doesn't have to wait for a perfect pocket to pick a perfect throw. He can locate it high and outside where only 81 can touch it and live with that result all day. When you add that to Amon-Ra's route, Kraft in the slot, and Jameson's vertical speed ripping the top off, defenses have to declare early or they get stretched thin late. How the formation stress works: in 11 personnel, 3 wide, Amon-Ra can tug the nickel and safety inside with option routes. Laporta holds the linebacker with Y stick or seam, and Jameson aligns to the opposite side ready to run a post that drags the deep safety. That isolates Mike on a boundary corner. If the corner plays through the hands, Mike's frame wins at the catch point. If the corner plays trail, Goff drops it where only a 6-4 target can reach. If they roll help his way, welcome to light boxes. Montgomery and Gibbs will carry the ball against 5 or 6 man fronts with double teams climbing to daylight. Every defensive fix creates a new Detroit. Advantage? That's the point. Short yardage and red zone are where he earns his keep. Inside the 10, the Lions love condensed splits, bunches, and motion to force picks and leverage. With Mike, you add a clean, old-school answer. Run the fade when you see press with no help. Run the quick slant when the corner bails to protect the end line, or call smash return to make the defender choose wrong twice. And remember Laporta. Safeties who cheat to the big body X lead the tight end alone on a safety or a linebacker, which is exactly the matchup Detroit wants. Pick your poison isn't a cliche here. It's what the chalkboard looks like. Third and long rhythm. In 3rd and 7 to 3rd and 10, when most teams live on curls and hope, Detroit can call isolation routes and accept tight windows because the catch radius buys you forgiveness. Back shoulders are particularly nasty with Mike. Corner thinks he's on top of the route. Ball arrives late and low to the sideline. Toes stay in, chain moves. That matters in bad weather games and loud stadiums where timing can wobble but trust throws still travel. Protection synergy, because everything starts up front. The Scherf Sewell Ragnow trio we just talked about lets Detroit play 5-man protections more often on early downs. That means one more route in the concept and one less body stuck in the backfield to help. When you have a boundary target who can win on time, you don't need to hold the ball for 4 seconds waiting on a double move. The ball comes out, drives. Stay on schedule, and the pass rush tires chasing instead of hitting. Matchups you will feel in the NFC North. Against Minnesota's simulated pressures, quick outside access, throws stop the fire before it spreads. A single completed back shoulder forces Brian Flores to honor the boundary, backing off the disguised heat. Against Green Bay's long corners, the answer is playing through contact with a frame that doesn't get bullied. Those 50-50 balls become 70-30s when the placement is right. Against Chicago, which loves to squeeze crossers, the presence of a true X prevents safeties from stepping down on Amon-Ra's digs. You can punish them vertically or make them tackle a big body at the sticks again and again. Route tree, simplify for the living room. You'll see. Fades when the corner's handsy, comebacks when he bails, slants against leverage, And that deep stop route at the numbers that pairs perfectly with play action. Expect Detroit to marry these to its run game, duo an inside zone to invite that safety down, then glance and go behind him to Mike. Expect boundary switch releases with Jameson to confuse press rules. And expect motion at the snap to prevent defenders from landing. A clean jam on a big wideout who's already tough to move once he's in stride. Health and availability are part of any veteran profile, and Detroit will treat it like pros do smart practice plans, transparent medicals, and role clarity. The structure you should expect is straightforward playtime incentives, per-game actives, roster bonuses that reward availability. That's not shade. That's how winning programs manage risk while chasing upside. When he's on the field, he tilts coverages. That's worth designing around. How this helps the run game? Yes, the run. Valid red zone threat outside means fewer hats in the box. Linebackers hesitate on play action because they've seen the tape of Mike High pointing the fade. On early downs, if corners sit light, Detroit will take free 5-yard hitches until you walk a safety out. Then it's Gibbs bouncing to space or Montgomery, thumping daylight inside. Big receivers block corners too, and Mike's frame lets Detroit run, toss, crack, and pin pull with a cleaner alley for the backs. That's the hidden yards you remember when a drive ends with 7 instead of 3. 2-minute drill. When the clock's bleeding and timeouts are thin, you don't have time for a 12-play masterpiece. You need chunk plays on the boundary that stop the clock and move you past midfield. That's where the sideline catch radius matters. Toe taps, out cuts at the numbers. Come back with a defender draped. First down. Out of bounds. Reset. Those are the grown man catches that steal wins in November and December. Let's be honest about the trade-offs so we don't sugarcoat anything. Separation against elite press corners can be matchup dependent. Detroit will use stacks, bunches, and motion to create clean releases. If defenses try to wedge him with bracket coverage, Johnson will pivot to middle field shots for Jameson or high-low Amon-Ra on option routes. If teams sit in cloud to take away the fade, that's fine. You just turn the boundary into a hitch machine and the interior into a Laporta clinic. That's the luxury of fitting a specialist into a system that already hums. Locker room and culture. The Lions are grown up about this stuff. It's not about speeches. It's about Tuesday film work, Wednesday install, Thursday red zone rehearsal, Friday 2-minute, and Saturday walkthrough reps until the steps are the same every time. Veterans with big boy roles set a tone for the receiver room. Landmarks matter. Splits matter. Conversion rules on site adjustments matter. That's how an offense turns good talent into a bad day for a defensive coordinator. Visuals you recognize quickly. First quarter, Detroit shows run from 12 personnel. Then leaks Laporta across and runs a fade to Mike from a condensed split. DB never sees it clean. Balls on the outside shoulder. 6 points. Third quarter, 3rd and 8, crowd roaring on the road. Quick back shoulder at the sticks. Toe drag. Move the chains. Silence the stadium. Late fourth, nursing a 1-score lead. Boundary hitch-all play action, safe catch, clock rolls. None of this is trickery. It's pro football doing pro things. Cap and mechanics without number soup. The expectation here is alignment between player value and team flexibility. Detroit isn't chasing headlines. They're stacking bankable traits. A contract that protects the club while rewarding production fits how this front office operates. Role-wise, think 60 to 70% of snaps when games are tight, with packages that rotate depth on blowouts or short weeks. The target share won't be forced. It will be situational, third down, red zone, and shot plays off play action. What does this mean for Sundays in Detroit? It means fewer, we almost had it drives. It means the offense won't need a perfect call to beat perfect coverage, because sometimes the answer is our big guy beats your one-on-one. It means Amon-Ra's life gets easier inside. Jameson gets a cleaner runway outside. And Laporta keeps eating on seams while backs see lighter boxes. It means defenses can't single cover everyone, So someone's open by design, not luck. Bottom line, Detroit didn't need another warm body at wideout. Detroit needed a problem for defenses to solve. Mike Williams is that problem. He's the contested catch valve that keeps drives alive, the red zone bully that turns field goals into touchdowns, and the boundary target who makes your quarterback right when the pocket isn't. If you value straight talk and practical football, smash like, subscribe, and drop your take below. What do you want us to diagram next? The red zone fade menu with Mike, the boundary isolation package on third down, or how this changes safety? Leverage for Amon-Ra? This channel keeps it simple. What Detroit is doing, why it works, and how it shows up on the field. Let's talk ball.